kids, where are you? It's time for all the art to tell stories.
Nestled in a quiet valley surrounded by rolling hills and dense forests, the village of Hope was once a place of laughter and light. Its cobblestone streets bustled with life, its market square filled with the sounds of merchants hawking their wares and children playing games. The villagers were known for their kindness and camaraderie, always ready to lend a hand or share a smile. But that was before the curse. No one knew exactly when or how it had begun. Some said it was the work of a vengeful sorcerer. Others whispered of a forgotten promise broken by the villagers' ancestors. Whatever its origin, the curse cast a shadow over Hope, draining the color from the world and the joy from its people. The skies were perpetually grey, the crops withered in the fields, and the villagers moved through their days in silence, their hearts heavy with despair. Among them was a boy named Finn, a bright-eyed and curious child of 10. Finn had always been different from the other children. While they played games of tag and hide and seek, he spent his time tinkering with bits of wood and metal, creating small inventions. His father, the village blacksmith, had taught him to see the world as a place full of possibilities, and his mother, a weaver, had instilled in him a deep sense of empathy and compassion. But even Finn's spirit had begun to wane under the weight of the curse. His parents, once so full of life, now moved through their days with hollow eyes and slumped shoulders. The village elders spoke of the curse in hushed tones, their voices tinged with resignation. "There is no hope for us," they said. "The curse is too powerful." Finn refused to believe it. Though he was just a child, he felt a spark of determination ignite within him. If no one else would try to break the curse, he would. But how could a boy with no magic or strength hope to overcome such darkness? One evening, as Finn sat by the hearth, he noticed a small flickering flame in the fireplace. It danced and swayed, casting a warm glow that seemed to push back the shadows in the room. Finn stared at it, mesmerized, and an idea began to form in his mind. What if the curse thrived on despair and darkness? What if the key to breaking it was not some grand act of magic, but small acts of kindness and light? The next morning, Finn set to work. He gathered scraps of wood and metal from his father's workshop. Finn began crafting small lanterns. Each one was unique, adorned with intricate designs and filled with a candle that burned brightly. As he worked, he thought of the villagers and the stories they had shared with him over the years. He thought of Old Man Garrett, who had lost his wife to illness and now spent his days alone in his cottage. He thought of Lila, the baker's daughter, who had once dreamed of becoming a painter, but now spent her days staring blankly at the walls of her home. He thought of his parents, who had given so much to the village, but now seemed to have nothing left to give. When the lanterns were finished, Finn set out into the village. He went first to Old Man Garrett's cottage, where he found the elderly man sitting in his chair. Finn knocked on the door and, when Garrett opened it, handed him one of the lanterns. "This is for you," Finn said with a smile. "To light up your home." Garrett stared at the lantern, his eyes filling with tears. "Thank you, boy," he said, his voice trembling. Next, Finn went to Lila's house. he found her sitting at her kitchen table, a blank canvas in front of her. She looked up as he entered, her eyes dull and lifeless. Finn placed a lantern on the table and handed her a paintbrush. "I thought you might like this," he said, "to help you see the colors again." Lila's eyes widened as she looked at the lantern, its light reflecting off the blank canvas. Slowly, a smile spread across her face, and she picked up the paintbrush. "Thank you, Finn," she whispered. "I think I'll start painting again." Finn continued his mission, visiting every home in the village and handing out lanterns. With each one, he shared a kind word or a memory, reminding the villagers of the joy they had once known. Slowly but surely, the darkness began to lift. The villagers started to smile again, to laugh, to talk to one another. The market square came alive with the sounds of conversation and music, and the fields began to bloom with new life. But the curse was not yet broken. Though the villagers' spirits had been lifted, the shadows still lingered, a reminder of the darkness that had once consumed them. Finn knew that he needed to do more. One night, as the villagers gathered in the square to light their lanterns, Finn stood before them and spoke. "We have all felt the weight of the curse," he said, his voice steady and strong. "But we have also seen the power of light and kindness. If we work together, if we continue to support and care for one another, we can banish the darkness for good." The villagers listened, their eyes filled with hope. One by one they raised their lanterns, the light from each one joining with the others to create a brilliant glow that filled the square. Finn felt a surge of energy as the light grew brighter and brighter, pushing back the shadows until they disappeared entirely. The curse was broken. From that day on, the Village of Hope was a place of light and joy once more. The villagers worked together to rebuild their homes and their lives, their bonds stronger than ever. Finn's lanterns became a symbol of their resilience and unity, a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always hope. And though Finn was just a child, he had proven that even the smallest among us can be a hero. Through his creativity, kindness, and determination, he had shown that the power to build a brighter future lies within each of us, waiting to be ignited by a spark of hope. If you like our stories, please like, subscribe, and turn on the little bell so you won't miss exciting stories every day. You are also welcome to share it with family and friends to listen to the story together. Love you.